Greetings everyone and welcome to round 5 of the Liga Virtual Indycar Championship. And no, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. Yes, we are back at beautiful Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are in for one hell of a recap today as this race took over 2 hours to complete, making this the longest race in league history. We have an amazing lineup of truly awesome drivers out there, and they are ready to rock and roll. Let's get that pace car out of the way and get started on this amazing race that we've had lined up for us today. Bit of an unintentional rhyme there. I guess I'm better at this than I thought. Not really, but we are definitely underway. Looks like that's the green flag, green flag. Let's get ready to rock as we settle in for a long race with the chaos and intensity that goes along with IndyCar. And as we pull away from the start finish, looks like Soria in the number 77 is trying his best to keep Danny at bay, but he doesn't have to worry about that too long as Danny falls behind Rodriguez in the number 4 car, bleeding off precious seconds as Soria increases his lead. We are now on board with Danny in the number 26 car as he catches the draft of Rodriguez and starts to slowly reel him in. And we are now in the hot seat with Fino in the number 11 car as we line up and close in on our prey. That'd be Danny in the number 26. And there's the move, the wide swing, as Fino swings around Danny and goes for the overtake, but doesn't quite get it. And we've got our first bit of chaos. Alex in the number 27 decides to try some reverse entry drifting in an IndyCar and pays the price for it. Let's hop on board with Alex and see what happens. You can see he kind of just whips around there, almost like he's just completely lost control, all traction gone. And I wonder, yep, I bet this is it right here. Here we come in, and yep, Cabeza's speed gives him a bit of a nudge. That sends him out of control. The stewards are going to have a lot of fun judging that one. And the safety car comes out as we clean up the body parts, blood, and carnage from the track. Oh no. Do I want a Corvette? I think I want a Corvette. Someone please help me. I want an American car. Looks like a bunch of cars are going to take advantage of the yellow flag and come in for a pit as we round out lap 5. Arthur coming in hot to pit lane. No wing. Who needs a wing? Oh wait, I need a wing. No! And everyone else drives by like, you can't park there, mate. Looks like Kavanaugh in the number 8 is out for the count as we head into green flag on lap 7. Hopefully everyone can mind their manners going forward, but I know that won't happen. We follow along with Rodriguez in the number 4 as he goes for a shoot around Soria in the number 77. And can he get it on this corner? Soria doing a good job of holding his line and gets back in front of him. A little bit of top 5 chaos taking place between Danny and Cabeza's speed. And Soria in the number 77 continuing to dominate his first place position, not giving it up for anyone. Drama unfolds between the pink pair as we hop on board with Alex to see yet another big spin, immediately sending him into the wall. And it looks like he might have had a little bit of collision assistance as we hop on board with Igor Bolotov, who decides to do a ping test with the wall, to which the wall wins and sends him flying into the number 27, driven by Alex. This, of course, heralds the Corvette of yellow flags as we slow down and take a nice relaxing stroll around the Indianapolis Grand Prix Speedway. 90 laps remain as we see a large gaggle of cars taking advantage of this yellow flag to go pit. Coming up on lap 13, as we prepare to cross the line to go green, the pace car is out.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we are underway. Soria in the number 77 continuing to shake off the pack. being especially mindful of Rodriguez in the number 4 as he floods his rearview mirror. 323 kilometers an hour into the decel zone. That is just over 200 miles per hour. These cars are moving and he's into the wall. I legit forgot how to use words for a second there, as it looks like number 21, Ivan, gets sent into the wall, over the grass, over the hills and through the woods. To grandma's house he went. Hopefully his grandmother lives in the pit lane. And with that, we have yet another Corvette sighting. And we see more drivers take the opportunity under yellow flag to get back in the pit lane, maybe get some maintenance done. Lap 19 now, back on the green flag. And we are underway. The green flag waves and they head off into the Wild Blue yonder. And as if we are in an Allstate commercial, we already have mayhem behind the wheel as cars go everywhere, parts fly across the track. And I imagine at this point, the driver of the pace car is not even getting out. He's just gonna wait and see what happens as we jump on board with the number 15 and get a piece of some of that carnage. Danny in the number 26 is collected and sent into the wall. A few cars managing to sneak on by as Ivan goes into the grass looking for a picnic. Maybe he'll have some tea, a sandwich, and relax with his friends and family, thinking about the mistakes he's made along the way, reflecting on life's little obstacles, the small morsels that keep us awake at night and get us out of bed in the morning. That's right, those things, those little chestnuts of glory and fear and anxiety, everything that we've worked so hard to achieve that gets washed away at a moment's notice. I got carried away there, so we're back on the green flag, heading into lap 25, 75 laps remaining, and we wait to see how the tapestry of misery continues to be woven. As we start with the green flag on lap 25, following Igor Bolotov, as the whole group makes their way into the first bend. We see Nils Gaming going for a big pass into first place, putting Alejandro in the number 10 car in his rear view mirror. Will he keep up the pace, or will he have to give the place back to Alejandro? Let's see how Nils Gaming in the number 45 car gets on. Looks like he's able to hold Alejandro off for just a little bit and increase the distance ever so slightly. We have a big off. Multiple fatalities as it looks like Ivano and Alex in the number 21 and 27 cars respectively get tangled up and take a big crowd out with them, which appears to be Mangel in the number 15 and Vengador in the number 29. Ivan showing off his gymnastic routine from the Summer Olympics last year. Ivan putting his car in the way of the number 27 and setting everyone's wash machine to the spin cycle. Ivan gets huge air as Vengador in the number 29 puts both feet in and barely manages to not get collected in there. And at this point, the pace car isn't even turned off. They just let it idle in pit lane, the driver not even bothering to take off his seatbelt. With the yellow flag on lap 27, we see number 9, Cabeza's speed is out, number 3, Goran is out, and Kavanaugh is still out. He's probably actually taking a nap by now, I'd imagine. More drivers enjoying the time of the yellow flag to visit their homies in the pit lane. On board with Fino in the number 11 car, we watch as the pace car enters the pits, the racing marshal readies the green flag, and the drivers ready their nerves. With 69 nice laps remaining, we go foot hard down on the throttle pedal and enter back into no man's land. And fresh out of the gates, Fino in the number 11 putting extreme pressure on number 45, Nils Gaming. It's almost as if he's saying, no, 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 you cannot shake me. I will not be giving up so quickly. I seriously don't know why I gave him that accent, nor do I even know what that accent was. I apologize to everyone who may or may not have been offended at that one. Nah, not really. And as Fino goes through the move and passes Nils Gaming, we turn our attention to the number 4 car of Rodriguez for absolutely no reason at all. It's just normal driving. I will say 353, 4, 7, 8, 361, 2, 364 kilometers per hour and a session lap record. That is absolutely incredible. I can't even imagine what it must be like to travel that quickly. The reflexes you would need to react to anything, it just boggles the mind. I can't even process that fast. I don't know how these guys are out there driving tip to butt at 220 plus miles per hour. I would be upside down in the grandstands if I tried that. And as if on cue, Rodriguez kisses the wall and treats his Formula car like a Formula drift car, using the tire wall as a backstop. Rodriguez collecting his thoughts as it looks like Nils Gaming sets a new session best lap time of 45.24. These drivers are absolutely flying. I tell you what, man, 40 seconds around this track, by the time something happens and you react to it, you're already on the next lap. That's crazy to think about. And speaking of which, the Indycar version of spontaneous human combustion as the number 7 car driven by Imlooker goes into the wall. After tangling with what looks to be the number 6 car, we hop on board with number 7 and watch as the back end gets out of sorts. Nope, he just kind of lost it. And correction, it was the number 60 car driven by Whitfield. And yeah, that's a weird one. It's like someone just turned the physics off for those two drivers in particular. The racing gods said, to hell with you two specifically. Yoink. The yellow flag bringing the usual suspects into the pit lane. As we come across the world's slowest drag race and back out onto the field, the green flag is up, the pace car is out of the way,
Green flag, go, go, go.
and we are heading off into lap 39 as we are on board with Phoenix in the number 2 car. Things get a little squeezy. Shifting focus to Imlooker, I think 3rd is the highest we've seen him all day in that number 18 car. Rodriguez working his way back up to 7th place, doing pretty well out there considering the bit of a mishap he had. And we have someone off already, and into another car, and into a 3rd car. He is in the wall. That cannot be fun. Looks like Rodriguez took a big hit just as I was saying he looked good. Spins out, almost takes out Alex in the process. And we have a number of cars off, and the Corvette should just stay on track, I think, is what the takeaway here is. As we head into the pit lane to check for the yellow flag parkers, a quick recap on our outs. Looks like Bolotov joins the crew. Bolotov in the number 6. The pace car's out and away. The green flag is up on lap 45 as we restart this session. The racing marshal calls for a yellow flag as we have an off and into the wall. Looks like the number 7 car. Let's see, Nils Gaming is going up and around. Taps the wall, brings number 2 in there with him. Isn't that right, number 2? Alex has a good view and gets caught up in it. It was Alex in the number 27 car taking a spin, going for a ride. Looks like you can't pass that car, sir. That is not the car you pass. You do not pass the pace car. That will definitely not be looked well upon by the stewards as he enters the pits for a stop and go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
The green flag gets announced, and we are back out on lap 52 of 100. And no, not again. Not again. Oh my God, it's everyone. They're all dead. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. That guy is upside down. He is under the water. Jumping on board with Vengador in the number 29. He gets a front row seat at the action and gets around them without getting collected. You, my friend, are not so lucky. I'm looking in the number 7, not as fortunate as some of the others. Number 20 gets swept up in the chaos as well. So does Danny. And now we see the innocent bystanders getting picked up in the collisions as well as they attempt to avoid it. Do we get around? No, we do not. We kind of got around, but there was a wall there. and it spins us around as the yellow flag comes out only a lap later. And now's the time when everyone probably wishes there was a second pace car. All right, we are back off under green with lap number 57 about to take place. Strong start with Imlooker pulling up the lead and Whitfield trailing behind, only half a second back there, but fading fast as he gets passed by Vengador in the number 29. Number 7 coming out, and I just now realized that I called number 7 Imlooker before, and I didn't even pay attention to the name that's right there on screen staring at me. Arthur in the number 7 car, bringing up 13th place. I apologize to Imlooker and Arthur as to have both of you confused with one another. I bet everyone was screaming at their screen like, dude, that's not Imlooker. Stop calling him Imlooker. As we focus on Soria, who has fallen back to 6th place from first, was doing really well in the beginning, but now has found his way outside of the podium. Soria in that number 77 fighting his way back up to the top. Now currently in 5th. I'll be curious to see what he's able to do here because Soria is a very fast driver in that number 77 car. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. He continues to close that gap ever further. You can see that number next to his name getting smaller and smaller. Oh, no, it just got bigger. He is definitely not giving up the fight, though, and he continues to drive forward, getting closer and closer to Fino in that number 11. Fino himself trying to catch up to Vengador in the number 29, who is pursuing Rodriguez like Tom and Jerry. Shout out to the OG fans out there of Tom and Jerry. You guys are the real ones. 40 laps remaining of this epic race, and so far we're doing pretty good. No chaos. Was that the commentator's curse? It feels like it was, because there's still 40 laps remaining. As a quick update, looks like Nils Gaming and Ivan O have both bit the dust and are out for the rest of the session. And we jump back and focus on Whitfield in the number 60, who is up to 8th place. And we are back to Soria, who is chowing down on the rear wing of Vengador and goes for the pass and gets it. What an absolutely wild move by Soria. Bold and quick. I love it. And we have Vengador going into the pits. I wonder what happened there. Hopefully it's just a routine stop. Cutting back to Arthur, a.k.a. not Imlooker. Sorry about that again. I know that was confusing everyone before, and I just, I hate that. I hate when I make mistakes like that. It will not happen again, but it'll probably happen again until I learn everyone's name. And the yellow flags come out as Whitfield hard into the wall with a big spin and a dash and a bong and a blintz. A smoke and a pancake. Let's see what Whitfield was up to. Nope, he just decided, I do not want to be on track anymore, guys. Forget this. We're watching number 15 get smushed into the wall and bounced off the other side as well. Several drivers trying to play ping pong. Hopefully they do not join us in the growing number of drivers who are out for the count. Our latest casualty being Mangel C12 in the number 15. As we round out lap number 69. Nice. On to lap 72, and we get the all clear. The drivers doing their best to hold and defend their positions. Danny in the number 26, holding his 6th place position off of Soria, who is trying to get a good comeback from 7th. We've seen Soria do this before. He sets up the kill, catches your draft, and then swings around you. And before you notice anything, he's past you. Oh, there's a big stop. Sir, you cannot park there. I don't know what was going on there, but I think there were drivers who were trying to do a standing start once again. What happened? And why hasn't the yellow flag come out? What is going on? That has to be some sort of glitch or bug or something, because those cars were absolutely staged for grid. And it was just a traffic jam. These cars had to go down from 350, 360 kilometers an hour to a standstill, and there's just no way to anticipate that. I would be curious to know what happened. I would have to try to talk to one of the drivers and see what actually took place there. A little bit of a drift and a tail wag from Rodriguez there as we continue to track Danny. That's who I need to speak to as he works his way up from 4th into 3rd.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Not sure what was going on there. Big penalty to Imlooker as he gets hit with passing the pace car, even though the pace car wasn't out there. Not sure what's going on. Imlooker sure to have a podium finish there if he could have held on to that spot without getting that penalty. I'm actually being told it was a glitch in the safety car plug-in for R-Factor 2, so maybe there will be some retribution at the end of all this once things are summed up. Looks like Fino, Ace, and Whitfield are also in the pits. We know why Whitfield's in the pits. A good number of drivers taking the pit. You know, I wonder if some drivers are seeing a yellow flag while others are seeing it as green. I'm not sure what's going on, but Vengador has a commanding lead right now with 42.2 seconds over Danny in the number 26 in second place. There is no catching up from a 42-second gap. Whitfield at a 40-second gap from number 10, from number 2 in 10th place. That's Phoenix in the number 2 car, who is currently in the pits. Soria getting his spot back from Danny, like, hey, thanks for keeping it warm for me, but I absolutely have to get this spot back as we go back under yellow. Number 20 wondering, what does this wall taste like? Ace in the number 20 as we ride on board here. He goes to pass out of the pits. Oh, nope. You were going too fast for that exit. And that cost you dearly now, didn't it? Which, of course, brings out the safety car. And we head over from lap 79 into lap 80. The pace car back into pit lane. And we get our green flag waving as we cross the start finish into lap 81. With a pretty cool opportunity to ride along with Fino in the number 11 car as we hold on to 8th place and fight it up for 7th. Looking for any opportunity to pass. Rocking 97 wide into the turn there. Fino working up to 7th place. A bold move in that tight field. And now I can only imagine he's out for blood. He's got a taste for it, and he wants more. Who else can I pass is what Fino is thinking right now. Eyeballing the back of Imlooker's car. He's like, do you smell that? You smell that? Yeah, that's me passing you. It's delicious. And oddly enough, as if to prove my point, Imlooker heads into the pits. Fino somehow now is 2 laps behind. Cats and dogs living in harmony. Water turning the frickin' frogs gay. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I'm just watching like you guys are. And Fino has to be confused as well. I'm sure his crew chief is like, we're 2 laps behind. And Fino's like, what? How? Where did 2 laps go? Are we in the twilight zone right now? Is that what happened? That has to be what happened. As we take a look at 1st and 2nd place, Alejandro gives Soria the run, while Vengador falls back into 3rd place. Danny quickly trying to catch up. And it's just, the timing is all over the place right now. I don't even think the race engineers know what's happening. But throughout the confusion, you have to admire that they have not stopped racing hard. No one has given up. They are continuing to push as if they are fighting for first, and that's what makes good racing. Good, clean racing from our top 10 drivers right now. Everybody keeping it clean. Nobody trying to drive into the wall, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Let's see how quickly that changes right now. No, that was just a big slide. That was scary. Looks like Fino's swinging wide for a pass. Can he do it? No, he falls back behind and has to give up the position once again. I have a feeling he'll try that one more time before the race is over. The driver's getting as close to the wall as humanly possible. I believe there was a fly on the wall, and they didn't even kill it. They just took its wings off. That's precision driving right there. A little bit of dirt never hurt anybody. This is simultaneously the really fun and really boring part, because while the driving is intense, the driving is fun, there isn't much to say. If you want to know what's happening, look on screen. For those just listening along, Fino in 7th place, currently trying to work his way up to Imlooker, who's in 6th place, to go for the pass. But they are 1 lap and 2 laps behind, respectively. Alejandro, who's currently in 1st place, is being hunted down by Soria in the number 77 car, with Vengador in the number 29 car quickly catching up to Soria. Alejandro in that number 10 car really needs to hold his position down. On board with Alejandro as we cross over into the 87th lap. Still really nothing to talk about. And that's a good thing, because that means the driving is awesome, the battles are intense, and each and every single one of these drivers is getting the most amount of adrenaline that they can possibly fit into that tiny little cockpit in their Indy cars. And we jump into the number 77 car as he goes for a big move on Alejandro in the number 10 car and takes him on the inside. Soria regaining his prowess, showing everyone that no, I really am the fastest out here. Please get away from me as I continue to pull away from you now. And you almost have to wonder if Alejandro just knew that was going to happen, because he kind of just bent to the whims of Soria as he came through on the inside, like, yeah, just go ahead. You got this. Vengador now breathing down the back of Alejandro as he continues to close the gap between himself and the number 10 car of Alejandro, looking for that mythical 1st place. But Alejandro won't be defeated so easily. He continues to put pressure on Soria in the number 77 car. As we track alongside Alejandro, who really does want his 1st place back, and Vengador is not backing off either. So right now, Soria has to worry not only about Alejandro, but about Vengador as well, because if Alejandro in the number 10 car gets past him, then Vengador in the number 29 car could potentially catch enough draft to squeeze by him as well, putting Soria from 1st to 3rd before a turn even ends. So let's see how this race continues. Alejandro putting the pressure on to Soria in the number 77 as Vengador in the 29 puts pressure on Alejandro in the number 10. This is exactly the type of racing you love to see. 3 drivers battling it out for 1 position. It's going to be phenomenal. Neither one of them giving up. With 10 laps left in this race, they know it's now or never. If they do not get that position in the next 5 or so laps, then it will just not happen. As we have another yellow flag, and he's oh wow, up in the wall, up over the tire barrier, backflips, cartwheels, somersaults. Grab your partner, Do-si-do. Jumping on board with Imlooker, the number 18 car. Looks like, was he pushed or did he just lose traction? Did they turn the physics engine off again? He's up in the air, hand over hand, leg over leg. You put your left arm in, you put your left arm out, and you shake it all about. This pace car is going to have 172,000 miles on the odometer by the time this race is finished. With 8 laps remaining under yellow flag, Soria and Alejandro enter the pits, giving Vengador back the lead. We'll see if he is able to hold on to that as we enter into lap 93, 7 laps remaining of round 5 of the Liga Virtual Indycar Championship at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Lap number 95. The pace car is in, and we are about to set off. You know the drivers are feeling it right now, heading across the start finish for lap number 96, 4 laps remaining of this awesome championship race. And entering into a forced drift, Soria in the number 77 goes off into the wall. You got to wonder if that was a bump. Let's jump on board here and see what we can tell. Oh yeah, that was absolutely a bump from behind. That can't be fun. And it looks like it might have been Fino to give Soria the 1-2, once-a-roo, shifty, swifty, into the wally. We are officially in overtime, as there have been enough yellow flags that they just kind of have to extend it, I guess. Can't say I've seen this in other forms of motorsport, but you know what? IndyCar is its own beast. As the pace car goes away, the green flag prepares to come out.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we are off on lap number 102 of 103. Vengador leading ahead. Alex in second place in the number 27 car, and Alejandro in third place in the number 10 car. Soria in the 77 car, pulling up fourth place, looking to hunt down Alejandro in the number 10 car to at least get the podium. Vengador holding off Alex in the number 27 car quite well as we enter through the penultimate corner, preparing to enter into that final lap. We jump on board, looking over the tail end of Alex as he holds off Alejandro in the number 10 car as our drivers prepare to head into the final lap. Right now, crossing that start finish. And if things go according to plan for each of these drivers, it will be Vengador in the number 29 car, followed by Alex in the number 27 car, followed by Alejandro in the number 10 car, with Soria rounding out the top 4 and Danny rounding out the top 5 in the number 26 car. Let's see how this goes. There's a good battle coming up here. Alex closing the distance between him and Vengador in the number 29 car. Alex in number 27 looking to capitalize on this moment. Can he do it? We do not know, but Vengador might be able to use the traffic to his advantage. Oh no, there's a collision out back. Imlooker took a little bit too much wall with him and collided into Alex, costing him a potential victory and a certain podium finish. Let's jump on board with Alex and see what happens as Imlooker takes the wall and knocks him into the wall through the pit lane. That is not how you want to end your race. That is not how you want to end your race. You know he is not happy. And we're jumping back into the car of Imlooker, looking over that tail end as he takes the wall a few times. And on that last one, he really should have lifted and allowed the car the ability to stabilize. But greed or tunnel vision or whatever forced his foot to stay flat. And the rest, as we say, is history. Looking at the onboard from Soria, and yeah, you can see Imlooker just made a bad call there and cost someone a potential win and a certain podium. But on to the congratulations. Looks like Vengador, for the first time in the history of ever, took first place, followed by Alejandro in the number 10 car, followed by Soria in the number 77 car. Congratulations to all of the amazing drivers out there. You all deserve it.